Hello everyone and thanks for watching this video. I'm Yosef Messina, and just a quick reminder to listen to my podcast Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. That's Sports with Yosef. Also check me out on YouTube at Yosef Messina and at Sportscaster Yosef M613 Yosef M613 on Sportscaster Yosef Messina at YouTube, and Sports with Yosef is my podcast. So Cubs, Reds. And Gray, he's going to get his 8th strikeout of the day. He got him looking. That's his 84th pitch. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And it's a 2-0 Cubs lead with 2 outs here. Darvish, he has pitched great, but he was pulled for a pinch hitter. And so he is done. He's, since All-Star break, 2 appearances, 12, I believe, shutout innings. Javi Baez is up now, though. He was featured a lot in the All-Star Week in the El Mago videos. Baez batting 283, 317 on base, 0 for 2 today, a fly on strikeout, and he'll bunt this one up the middle. Catcher's going to get it. Set, throw, and Javi is out. He didn't even get halfway down. He gave up. So, let's go to the top of the 7th. It'll be Irvin, Jeanette, and Iglesias. Coming up after the break. So, let's take a look at some stats for the day so far. And start off, we're going to go with the Cubs. Darvish, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts. He's got a 4.46 ERA now on the season. He did hit Jeanette by a pitch, and Dietrich. He threw 83 pitches, 60 of them were strikes. 8 groundouts, 2 flyouts. He faced 22 batters. On an 84-degree and sunny day in Chicago, the wind coming in from right field at 5 miles per hour. First pitch was at 120 in Wrigley Field. And let's take a look at this Reds pitching. Talked about Sonny Gray. What a job he's done. This is not updated yet. He's gone 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He does have 8 strikeouts, as the 2 runs he gave up were home runs, which I will give you. Chris Bryant in the first inning, he hit his 20th with 2 outs, and then Addison Russell, he hit his 6th in his second inning. After that, shut down pitching. I'll give you your starting lineups 7 innings in. It was Senzel in center, Votto at first, Suarez at third, Puig in right, Dietrich in left. This is for the Reds, by the way. And then the pinch runner coming into left field was Irvin for Dietrich. Jeanette. Irvin's yet to have an at-bat. Jeanette, he's batting 6th, playing 2nd. Iglesias batting 7th, playing shortstop. Godroll, catcher, batting 8th. And Sonny Gray is 9th, and he is pitching. Al Moore in center field for the Cubs. Baez at shortstop. Bryant in left. Rizzo at first. Caratani at catcher. Hayward in right. Russell in second. Bate at third. And Darvish as pitching, or was pitching. And Schwarber pinch hit for him, and now Ryan's coming in to pitch. And Matt Nagy is in the broadcast booth for the Cubs. And Matt Nagy made a pitch on the mound, and he threw a decent pitch. Little outside. But the Bears head coach, enjoying his time at Wrigley, celebrating that strike like it is the game. So here comes Kyle Ryan into pitch, and his first pitch. And there's a strike right in there. I believe he'll be seeing the 7th inning stretch, and his sons are with him today too. Sons are standing in the back of the broadcast booth, and you can see them here. And second watch. And Cutter inside the count now 1-1. On deck, Philip Irvin. Each team has 2 hits, so the Cubs were able to capitalize with 2 solo shots. Otherwise, fantastic pitching today. A great pitcher's duel. And the pitch swing and a foul outside the bag at third, a sinker at 89 miles per hour. Kyle Ryan, 41 games, his 2-1 record. 6 holds, a 3.31 ERA, 32 and 2/3 innings pitched, 32 hits allowed, 11 walks, something 3 strikeouts, 23 33. And you're like, yeah, that doesn't help me. And I'm actually switching broadcasts right now. I always like to feel the different broadcasts because what they give me, like it's huge. Um, and it was a pitch that might have hit him. So on the right foot, and so Ryan, who's got he falls off the mount of the first base side, a very low delivery, and he hits first man he sees. So here's Scooter Jeanette. Eh, I'll see one pitch here as Ryan. He's looking back and throws him first. I might have got him. Oh man, that was a great move. He threw just a low sidearm, and did he get? Oh, that's close. So Ryan, looking back in, as Ryan checks the runner first, and now the pitch, grounded at second base, elevated shortstop, and they're all gonna get one. So one out here in the seventh, and I'm switching back to the Chicago Cubs broadcast as here Matt Nagy, because he is interesting and a Bears team that really could be good this season. Should be a lot of fun to watch in Chicago. And so here's Jose Iglesias, 280 batting average, 0 for 2 today, ground out and fly out, 5 bombs, 33 RBIs, 312 on base, 386 slugging. Runner on, 1 out, top of the seventh. Cubs up 2-0, and Reds tying run at the plate. They're good throw over to first. Jeanette diving back in. Jeanette took the place of Irvin. And the pitch. Strike. 87-mile-per-hour cutter. Out of portion of the plate, just above the belt. Just a little bit of a generous call here by the home plate umpire. We'll give you the umpires the next commercial break. Well, now we got like 4 more kids in the broadcast with about some of my age. Here's Iglesias. On one pitch, grounded. Right side, and it's through for a base hit. So Ryan comes in, hits him, and gets a fielder's choice, and now a single. And now 2-1 with 1 out, and the Reds are threatening to get back into this ballgame. Here's one Gratero. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the fifth, batting 8th today. We'll see if the Reds will pinch it for Yu Darvish. I would imagine they would, unless there's a double. Actually, and that would probably do it for Yu Darvish. Ryan checks the runners on the pitch. Fly ball. Center field. Pretty well hit. Going back to the warning track. Almora makes the catch. An over-the-shoulder catch, and that was played for. He was pretending that the ball was over his head and it was farther. And he purposely let that one sail on him a little bit. And then right back, you can see him pull up at the end and then just calmly. It's almost like you can see like this. Just like let it go over and just drop it in. Not an easy way to catch it, but he made it look easy. And here comes Jose Peraza off the bench at 236 batting average, 26 ribbies, 6 home runs, 285 OBP. Ryan to Peraza. So Darvish's day is done. And you got a cutter outside. And now David Henderson is the righty warming up in the Reds bullpen. And it's going to be 1-0 count here. And the pitch down and in, and it gets a little way away from the catcher, but it keeps it in front of him. The count will be 2-0. Another cutter. We're seeing a lot of cutters here today. From Ryan, he's throwing 10 pitches here, top of the seventh, 2-1, 2 out. 2-0 the count. And a 2-0 ball game. Cubs on top of the Reds. Matt Nagy in the broadcast booth, and it's actually very fascinating to listen to him. I believe he'll be doing the seventh inning stretch. He's got a bunch of his kids there with him in the broadcast booth. In some day baseball in July. Ryan checks the runner in a second. And the pitch. Throw to first base. He got him! And that's the inning. The pitch went to the plate. The catcher threw it to first. Oh, what a throw. And Iglesias is picked off at first, so it's seventh inning stretch. And Matt Nagy and kids will be doing this one in Chicago. And this should be very entertaining. It's got a bunch of people there. And hold the seventh inning stretch. David Bell is going to challenge it. Oh, it's close. It doesn't look like Contreras, a great throw to Anthony Rizzo. Yeah, and this is a huge part of the game. And on a sunny day in Chicago, we're going to take a second look on the Reds challenge. And they really do have to challenge us because it's versus 2 on, 2 out, 2-1 count. That could be huge. So looking at a couple replays, it doesn't look like this is going to do some Iglesias, who has a reputation of being a real heads-up player, making a mistake here. And the umpires are still listening in, and I'll be the first baseman and the crew chief. I can't imagine this is going to get overturned. It's very close. I don't think there is enough evidence to overturn it, but that's just my opinion. As we all know, New York likes to make its own decisions and stuff, and he is out. Call stands, maybe confirmed, probably stands. So let's go to the seventh inning stretch. And then I keep pumping up the crowd before he started it, and he is getting this whole crowd into in Chicago. So he said, Cubs fans, you ready? Then Bears fans, are you ready? He's got his sons with him in the broadcast booth for the seventh inning stretch. Matt Nagy. And now the commercials come on, and so now I've got to figure out something else to talk about. Sonny Gray will not be pitching most likely. Let's take a look at some MLB scores coming up here. And just a quick reminder, don't listen to my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, check me out at YouTube at Yosef Masinter and at Sportscaster at Yosef M613. So the active games right now, it's Mets. They're on top of the Twins, 8-3 in Minnesota. Braves, they're down big to Milwaukee, 5-0 in the top of the seventh. Yelich is now tied for the MLB lead in home runs with his solo shot in the sixth. He's tied with Bellinger with 34. We've got 3-4 Giants on top of the Rockies in Coors Field. And the last current game, or active game right now, a tie ball game. The top of the third in Oakland Coliseum. It's a 2-2 ball game there. Back here, it's a 2-0 lead. David Hernandez, who's really struggling here, and he'll come on to pitch. Versus Chris Bryant, he's a 2-5 record, 6.52 ERA, 14 walks, 49 strikeouts. He's allowed 4 home runs in 38 and 2/3 innings. His first pitch is a strike at the knees to Chris Bryant. And the pitch, down and away. Ball 1-1 the count. Bryant 1 for 2, solo home run in the first. Gray, he only gave up 2 hits. They were both home runs though. Bryant stands in with a 297 batting average. That's Hernandez. He's set, and the pitch, outside corner, and there's a strike 2. And the count now 1-2 here. Forcing fastball coming in at 94 miles per hour. And the count. And now it's frozen. So I'm assuming you know what's about to happen. Even if I don't, I can only hear it right now. Incredibly frozen. Audio still on track though. So when I hear something, and the pitch, hear the pitch. They're not announcing it. And now they're going to restart the broadcast. Count is 2-2 here. And 5 hits combined so far. Really well pitched day by the starters. And there's a slider down and away, 6 miles per hour. And now it is full count. On Bryant, he hit a solo shot. That was one of the 2 hits off of Gray. It was the 20th of the season. Madison Russell had a solo shot in the second, which brought us to the 2-0 ball game we've got here. Now, full count pitch. Ball 4, he walked him. I think that's full count pitch. And so now runner on first base. I believe here comes Anthony Rizzo. It is. Rizzo's got a man on, no out, bottom of the 7th. Anthony Rizzo batting 283. He struck out and ground out today. Over 219 bombs, 60 RBIs, 391 on base percentage. It's going to be righty on lefties. Hernandez. He's going to chuck the runner first. He comes to the chest high set. And the pitch. Upstairs is a ball. That's another breaking pitch, a slider. He throws mainly fastball, sliders, and curves. He does have a changeup, but he seldomly uses it, though. As Hernandez is ready again. And chucks the runner on the pitch to Rizzo. Outside, ball 2. 2-seam fastball. Looks like he's got a 4-seam fastball. He's got a 2-seam fastball. 93 miles per hour. And having that extra fastball, it's a slight change in velocity. And it moves a little bit. And it can be a deadly pitch for pitchers who use it well. That's Rizzo. I mean, their pitchers can get 6 to 12 inches of break. And Rizzo pops this one up. Back to the plate and out of play. And the count now 2-1 here on Rizzo. That was a forcing fastball that time. Difference is about maybe 1 or 2 miles per hour, but that's the difference between a home run and a lazy fly ball out, and Hernandez. He's got the ball back on the rubber and looking in again. Checks the runner first. And the pitch. Upstairs, little inside, and the count out 3-1 here. Gotta imagine Rizzo's going to be swinging away. Brian will see if he wants to take off. 3-1 the count. And now Brandon Kinsler is warming up here for the Cubs. I'll tell you what the second pitcher for the Cubs, he just didn't look sharp. And the pitch. Downstairs. Back-to-back walks by Hernandez, and this could be a big opportunity to put this one away. Ryan just didn't look sharp for the Cubs. So I agree with this. And here comes Victor Caratini. Again, with 2 on, no outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Reds, now here, pitching coach, will come out for a mound visit. Now, Cincinnati. Don't know if this is their fourth mound visit or their first mound visit. I'd have to imagine their first, as a great pitched so well. And so Caratini, who made that big throw down to first base to end the Reds' threat in the top of the seventh, is now trying to capitalize on this threat in the bottom of the seventh. And pitching coach is making his way back to the dugout. Caratini, 280 batting average, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. I believe he has an offer today. We can double check that though, as we can most stuff here. He is 0 for 2 today. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Caratini, righty to lefty. Checking Rodgers Hernandez pitch downstairs. Ball one a little bit low, but it was low. And the count out 1-0 on Caratini, who's back in the box and ready. Hernandez still looking in, and now he's ready. No checker to the runner. He's going straight home. There's a fastball in there. And there's a strike, and he count 1-1. As it's Bryant from second, it's Rizzo from first. In a 2-0 Cubs lead, bottom of the seventh. No outs, and the pitch here, swing and a miss. A slider, a little down and in, and I think he thought he was getting a fastball, and he took a big cut on that one. So Caratini now down to the count 1-2. This will be a huge out here for Hernandez. If he can pull it off, a double play would be even bigger. Still looking in. Another Eddie Hernandez pitch. Swing and a foul tip held. And they get Hernandez. That's his first strikeout. That's his first out, and that's a huge out. Here's Jason Hayward now. It'll be another righty-lefty matchup. Hayward is 0 for 2, a couple strikeouts, 272 batting average, 15 bombs, 41 RBIs, 355 on base, 465 slugging percentage. Jason Hayward, who was signed to that major deal a couple of years ago. Orioles were looking at him, said, nah, not feeling it. Hernandez trying to avoid giving up bunt after back-to-back walks, and there's a good breaking pitch up in the zone, strike one. I'll tell you what, I mean, if that's a fastball, that could be a home run. But he threw it up in the zone over the middle of the plate. But that broke enough to, and Hayward took it all the way. Just seeing that kind of break, and now the count 0-1. In the pitch, it's off the catcher's glove. And the runners will advance. It'll be second and third. And that's going to be a pass ball. That was a good pitch. Let's take a look. That was a strike. And that was a two-seam fastball. And that's what I was talking about, the danger of this thing. That just cut. Aldo was just trying to frame it and didn't move his glove enough. And that is the scoring decision is a pass ball. I mean, that was a strike. Actually, I can call that a ball, but that looked like. On the monitor that I see a strike. On the replays, looks like a strike. And on the bullpen thing, on the, what's it called? The strike zone thing looks like a strike. And there's a foul ball down the right field line. And maybe 10 rows back in the crowd. And now the count 1-2 on Jason Hayward. Hernandez, he's now got two runners in scoring position and trying to wriggle his way out of this one. He's up to 18 pitches so far. He's got one out. In the bottom of the seventh comes up 2-0 over the Cincinnati Reds. Hayward is in the box here. He's got down 1-2. The count is really, well, it's a foul ball, so it should be 0-2. Hernandez, he's ready. And the pitch, swing, and a foul back to the net. Two-seam fastball up in the zone. Try to go upstairs on them, and the count now remains at 1-2. So fifth pitch of the at-bat coming in as Hayward taking a walk after that swing. And swing and a foul. He's back in the box, and he is ready in the box. It's Hernandez. He's going to be checking the runners here. Now looking for the sign. And now he's got the sign. Is he set? It's a high set. And the pitch. Line down the right field line. Look out. Into the stands, and it's a foul ball. Hayward, you could tell as soon as he looked, and Pirates, won't do that more. We'll talk to that later. Braves, they lead the NL East. The Pirates are 6 games behind the NL Central. Cardinals 2.5 games behind the NL Central. But Brewers are 2.5 back, I believe, in the NL Central on the pitch here. Foul down the right field line again. I'll tell you what, not that pitch, but the foul before that. Hayward, I could tell it wasn't going to be good just by his expression right off the bat. He had a grimace on his face, a look of concern for the fans. And now another fan will be giving it to one of the kids at the game. So he gets a nice hand from the count here, and the count remains 1-2. Seventh pitch coming up in that bet. On the pitch, foul back off of maybe the catcher's glove, maybe something. And the count remains. There'll be eighth pitch coming up here. With 2 runners in scoring position, it's Bryant from third, it's Rizzo from second. A couple of walks, and then a pass ball on 2-2 fastball that catcher wasn't willing to move his glove enough, trying to frame it more. Now the pitch, right, lined up drive, right field towards the wall. It's going to be a fair ball. Bryant will score. Rizzo will score. Puig gets this back in. And Jeanette will fake the throw. But Rizzo scores standing up. A 2-run double for Hayward. And the third hit for the Cubs. The sixth hit in the ballgame. And it's a 4-0 Cubs lead. Hayward just kept on fouling the pitches off, and he won that. We talked about David Hernandez's struggles, and Hayward got a great look at that one. A sloppy breaking ball over the heart of the plate. And he kept on smoking the balls down the line, and finally was able to keep it fair, and this will do it. As here comes the manager, and he'll point to the ball game. David Hernandez, he's done. Four and after Cubs. It's a pitching change here in Milwaukee. Chicago. I'm sorry, but let's go to Milwaukee quickly and take a look at the score there. It's yet to be a final, but the Brewers a 5-0 lead over the Braves. They're in a good situation there. And we talked about this. The Cardinals, they beat the Pirates 6-5. That's a final. And let's take a look at the NL Central standings. Cubs are up by 2.5 games over the Cardinals and the Brewers. And as I expect the Brewers and the Cubs both to win, they'll stay there. But the Cardinals will fall 3 games back, so they'll go to third place. The Pirates got their 6 games back, and they're going to likely fall to 7. No, I'm sorry, 6.5. And I just scrolled up by accident. Hello? And my computer, it's glitching again. And I'm going to imagine the Reds are going to fall to 7.5 back here. That's the NL Central, a division that's incredibly tight, incredibly competitive, and a lot of fun to watch. It'll be maybe the most intriguing division to watch because any team that makes a move at the All-Star break, everyone is going to have to match that. So that will definitely be the interesting storyline to watch as the offseason continues. And the call to the pen, it's Bowman. Matt Bowman is coming to pitch. He's allowed 2 home runs this season in 18 innings, 15 hits, 15 strikeouts, 9 walks, 1-0 record, 3.5 ERA in 16 games. His opponent batting average is 224. For lefties, that's 324. For his dominated righties, only allowing 121 batting average. So he comes in, he inherits a runner at second base, down 4. And here comes Addison Russell, a homer. He's 1 for 2. That was a solo homer in the second. That was a huge hit there by Jason Hayward to break this game open. As Bowman checks the runner on the pitch. Forcing fastball a little bit inside, but he gets the call. We've seen a bunch of generous calls here today by the home plate umpire. as Bowman looks in and the pitch to Russell. Fly ball. Left field. Way back. Going to the couple feet shy of the warning track as a left fielder. Sounded good off the bat, but not good enough. So now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Hayward has to stay at second base. And now here's the number 8 batter. Number 8 batter. Who is this? David Bodie over to this afternoon. 2 groundouts. 251 batting average, 341 on base percentage, 427 slugging. That's sorry about that. A minute. I don't know if you can see anything what's happening. Probably you can't. Bode, he's playing third base today. Bode, I'm not sure which one. On the pitch, there's a slider outside corner for a strike. A little bit generous according to strike zone. I'm not so sure how accurate it is. No, looks pretty accurate as I've got a second strike zone to back it up. Bowman's still looking in for a signal. Now he's got it. It's another just above the bell high set. Checks the runner and the pitch. A little bit of a different delivery there. And it's down and in. Count 1-1. 92 miles per hour. Might have been a two-seam fastball. But he threw it from a little bit of a lower arm angle. And Bowman is looking in again. He's back on the rubber. The Reds, they're in red tops and gray pants. Cubs, they're in the white stripes. White with the stripes. There's a pitch downing again, a forcing fastball. And now the count will go to Juan Garcia. He's in the on-deck circle. So he will probably pinch hit here as Brandon Kinsler continues to warm in the bullpen. He is most definitely ready by now. Bode awaiting the Bowman pitch with Hayward on second, 2 outs. High, and the count out 3-1. You don't want to walk him here and then have to face a fresh Garcia. In the historic Wrigley Field, it's a 4-0 Cubs lead over the Reds. Bottom of the 7th. Cubs, they've made their hits count. The Reds, they've not. 2 solo homers and a 2-run double by Hayward. That's all. And that's all the hits they've got. And this is grounded shortstop. Hayward hurdles it as the shortstop will pick it up. Throw to Votto at first. And as Hayward blows the bubble, he's going back to the field. And the 7th. Cubs up 4-0. It's going to be Peraza to lead off. Votto will be batting third and someone in the middle. I can tell you that momentarily. Or not, as they're not going to let me load stats right now. So I won't tell you that, but it will be a fun one to watch as we go to the 8th. 4-0 Cubs lead. Just a quick reminder, listen to my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast, Sports with Yosef. Also check me out on YouTube at Yosef Center and at Sportscaster, Yosef M613. And I did not forget, I will be saying the umpires' names as soon as they let me. Right now, they are not letting me. So far, it's been 3-3 for each team. The Cubs, like I said, we made it count to 2 solo shots and the 2-run double, but 2-run double. The Reds, they've not been able to. They had two runners on in the 7th, and the catcher made a great throw down to first base to pick one of them off to end the inning, even after the challenge. Still not letting me do stats, so let's go downtown scoreboard. In the top of the 9th, Mets up there up big 11-4 over the Twins. Braves they've cut into the deficit a little bit in the top of the 8th. They're now down 5-2. And Milwaukee Giants are up 5-4 over the Cardinals. Bottom of the 5th, I should say. And in the bottom of the 4th, Athletics have taken the lead over the Mariners 3-2. And the other games coming up tonight, Dodgers, Phillies. That's in Philly. You got the Rays and the Yankees in the AL East showdown, which should be a lot of fun to watch. And then the battle of the Beltway. Baltimore Orioles, Washington Nationals. Orioles have historically dominated that season, but it's not going to probably be a real rivalry until those two teams play in a World Series, which one day will come. And it will be a fun one to watch. Then you got Toronto, Boston, another AL East matchup. They're playing in Boston at 7-10. San Diego. San Diego, Miami. That's also 7-10. Tigers, Indians. They're playing 7:10, and now the 8 o'clock games. It's Diamondbacks, Rangers, White Sox, Royals, Astros, Angels at 10:07, and the only final so far, Cardinals on top, 5-6, 6-5, I should say. 0 to go, and they're still not letting me show us. And obviously trying to get his first Wrigley Field home win with the Cubs, and I'm going to read the stats, see if I can get you the stats to tell you who are the home plate umpires, also just to refresh it. Never a bad idea sometimes when you can't get what you want. Darvish, he's not still pitching, is he? Or telling me he is. Nick Senzel. So with Garcia not ever having actually been called out to make it, no, Darvish was relieved. Excuse me, MLB, please update the graphics. Just Peraza here, 236 average, 6 bombs, 26 RBIs. Hello. And if you can't tell, my chair was just ordered by my younger brother. You to come up. Yeah. And there's count now 1-1. Both pitches down and done for Kinsler. And now the pitch, it's fly to right, but foul. And the count now 2-1. How's my younger brother Yehuda? He's 4. I had no idea. I heard someone enter. No, it was him. And now the count 1-2 here. On Senzel, Reds trying to figure out a way to come back in this. They're down 4 on the top of the 8th, 4-0. Cubs on 3 hits. Each team has 3 hits here, and Senzel. Skinsler's ready. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? Yehuda doing it again, and he did not. A generous call. Come here, Huda, man. Oh, man.
I want to watch a movie.
Okay, just 1 minute. Do you see yourself?
Yeah.
Is that silly?
Yeah, do you?
Yeah, I see myself also. Do you see the ball game?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who's playing?
Who?
The Cubs and the Reds.
Oh,
Who's winning?
the Cubs.
Yeah, and fly ball to right field down the line, slicing. That's down for a base and it'll be off the wall. Hayward, he'll place it well, and Peraza will be in with a double. And so the 7th hit of the ball game, the 4th for the Reds, and now they've got a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 8th. Yehuda, you lowering my chair again. Kinsler gives up the hit. Peraza kept on waiting. That one bounced off the warning track. Could have bounced into the stands in some stadiums. Instead, the wall was right by the fair line in right field and bounced off the top of the wall there and came back to Jason Hayward. Another good throw, but on time. Here's Nick Senzel. By the way, Peraza was pinch hitting. So 1 for 3 to W. Also struck out twice, and he's got a runner in scoring position here. This will be big time for the Reds to get back in this one. I mean, you've got 6 outs to work with. Down 4. So it is doable, and the pitch grounded off his foot. And he is in visible pain. But he will tough it out, and there's motion number 49, Jimmy Herget, right-handed pitcher for the Reds. Little side armor. Coming on, he's warming up here for the Reds as they pinch hit for their pitchers. And the pitch to Senzel inside. And the count now 1-1 with the runner on second base. Top of the 8th. Still not. I do apologize. Oh no, now they let me get the stats. So the umpires today coming up after this pitch. Line drive, right field, base hit. Here, Peraza rounding third. Here comes the throw to the plate. And he is not in time. The Reds are on the board. It's a 4-1 lead. The 5th hit by the Reds. And the Reds, while they're out hitting the Cubs, they are down 3. So big hit there by Senzel. And here's Joey Votto. Let's take a look. Fastball up. And he was going to go between the hole, first and second. And he took advantage. At home plate, the umpires Jim Wolf, first base Sean Barber, second base Sam Holbrook, third base Manny Gonzalez. I think Manny Gonzalez don't play umpire because is the crew chief. He's the only name I recognize, but I could be wrong. Joey Votto's over 3, ground out in the 6th, 8 bombs, 23 RBIs on the season. So righty on lefty, it's runner on first. Kinsley will check the runner on the pitch outside. Ball 1. 91 mile per hour sinker, I believe. As the Cubs would love to get a double play here and get 2 outs on the board in the 8th. Kinsley will check the runner. Go to first. Easily back in is Senzel. Those insurance runs that Hayward got in, they definitely seem to be a much bigger factor now. And the pitch popped it up left side, and that is going to be a Wrigley Field souvenir. 20 was back, and the Cubs have done a nice job against Votto in the series. 1 for 12. Walk and a double. Can be 1-1. Kessler's up to 10 pitches here, top of the 8th inning, and a 4-1 Cubs lead. No outs. Runner on first base after the RBI single by Senzel. And now fly ball, left field, dropping, diving catch made by Bryant. And Votto is out, and the runner will not tag. A nice play by Chris Bryant. He's running to the left field line, and he just laid out there. It looked like he was running lazy, a little lazy, but he makes a nice play there. Now 1 out here in the top of the 8th, and now double play will get the Cubs out of this one. And here's Eugenio Suarez batting third. Today's 0 for 3, ground out into fielder's choice in the 6th, 243 batting average. This is Suarez. It's a righty on righty matchup. And the pitch. Ground ball right side. Base hit. It's through the hole again. Might have been shifting there. And Senzel, stay at second man. And now tie run to the plate. Eskins are struggling a little bit here. And it's Yasiel Puig. He's made his clutch hits over his career, and he will love to make another one here for the Reds. Top the 8th, 2-1. Reds down 4-1 with 1 out here. A double play would be disastrous. A home run, miraculous. What will they get? Or something in between. And now Randy Rosario, the lefty, is warming up for the Cubs, starting to stretch. Not even throwing from the mound yet, but not maybe like he's throwing, but it's what's called the crow hop throw. And that's a great job there by Suarez. He's got a lot of power, but he was just waiting. He was just willing to take that base hit as the Cubs were willing to give it to him. And honestly, when people shifted all off for Chris Davis, and Davis asked them why. Chris with the C. Davis is like, heck, we'll give you 4 for 4 bunts a game, and that Davis refused to do it. Suarez not wanting to do that. It's a sinker down and away. Tried to framing it was Contreras, and he couldn't do it. Now 1-0 the count here with 2 on, 1 out, and the train is going by Wrigley now. And the pitch. Ooh, a little bit low outside, but they're going to say he got him anyway. Sinker there. It's count 1-1. But he doesn't like the call. Boy, career versus Kinsler. He's 0 for 4. Is Kinsler still looking in? Ball is in his gloves. He's on the rubber. Now he comes to a high set. No, look at the runner down and away. Count 2-1 here. Another sinker. And so these last couple pitchers coming on for both teams, they've been struggling a little bit here. So far, it was great pitching by the starting pitching. They allowed 4 combined hits, 2 runs. The only issue was for Sonny Gray. Both of the hits were solo shots by Chris Bryant and Addison Russell. But the relievers have come on and started giving up hits like their tickets at a camp. Kinsler. As in, you have to earn it. But they're there. The pitch, fly ball, left field. That's down for a base hit. Bryant's gonna pick it up. Senzel. He will score. Suarez to third. And now first and third with one out in the top of the eighth and a 4-2 ball game. And that Jason Hayward double is proving ever bigger. Not a bad pitch. Just a little bit in on Puig. Puig did a good job there, just hitting it over the shortstop into left field, left center field. There's no chance of the shortstop. That was way over his head. And Puig comes up with a clutch hit here. And here comes the red hot Philip Irvin up. He's 9 for 12 over his last 4 games. And he's like representing the go-ahead run for the Reds. He's batting over that last 6 games, batting 643, 9 for 14, 3 extra bases. OPS of 1.667, and here's a double play ball. It's a shortstop to second to first. Double play. Kinsler eventually able to get out of it, but he does give up 2. So the Reds are back in it. It's a 4-2 ball game. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. It was Baez to someone at second to Rizzo at first. And to the dugout, the Cubs go. So, let's see how many more commercial breaks do I got. Likely, we're going to the bottom of the 8th, then to the top of the 9th. Hopefully no pitching changes. So, just got to figure out what I'm going to be saying here. So just a quick reminder, listen to my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. That's Sports with Yosef, YOSEF. And also check me out on Sportscaster at YosefM613. That's sportscastr.com. Also check me out on YouTube at Yosef Masinter there. As it's going to be Brandon Kinsler. Kinsler will be unofficially leading off. They will be Cubs will be pinch hitting for him as he struggled in the top of the 8th, able to let the Reds get right back in this one. And let's take a look at the scoreboard. Bottom of the 9th, Mets, they keep on pounding it on. They're up 14-4 over the Twins. The Twins, they've got 2 outs with the runner on first base. Also in the top of the 9th, on this one in the top of the 9th, Brewers are up 5-2 over the Reds. No outs there. Top of the 6th, at home, the Rockies are losing 6-5 to the Giants in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 5th, Athletics, they're still holding on to that 3-2 lead, 2 outs there. And in a big game here, I mean, if you're talking about the Reds here, you want to get back into this division. This is a game you have to win. Get to 5.5 back, and you go back to 7.5, and it really does get harder from there. Now, I know the NL Central is tight, and I think it's one of the most intriguing divisions to watch this MLB season, but you can't do it if you're too far back. And so that will be the challenge here for the Reds. They're down 2. 7 hits for the Reds, 3 for the Cubs. The Cubs, they made it count. The Reds have not. And Bowman's going to stay on to pitch. I'm assuming we're going to get the closer starting to warm up here. Is Robo Garcia. He will pinch hit. Batting 348. 385 on base percentage. He'll be a righty on lefty matchup is Bowman. And so he's 2-7 pitches in the 7th, and he'll pop it up left field. Medium depth coming on his left fielder. That's Michael Lorenzen. Nope, Mike Lorenzen is now in center. Seen a pinch run. I don't believe he's pinch run here today. He might have, and they just never announced it. And now Albert Almora Jr. He led off today. He's 0-2 though. Strikeout in the 6th. He wants to get on the hit board, and this will be a huge time to do it to help advance the Cubs lead. They're up 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out, then the pitch. And there's got to be an injury to center fielder. You don't just normally bring on a backup center fielder for no reason. He didn't get in for another reason. And who was the former center fielder? And the pitch, swing and a miss. Ken now 0-2. And Senzel, he was playing center field, and he came limping back to the dugout. He's clutching the back right thigh. And now, one pitch. In Detroit, they also lost him earlier. That's as Almora will foul this one off down the right field line. And the count now, 1-2. So I'm taking a break from the headphones to give my ears a break. Not from the broadcasting, but from the pressure around them. On deck is Javi Baez in the hole. Chris Bryant at the inning last out long. Bottom of the eighth. Cubs up there up 4-2 as Bowman starts going the wind high leg kick and the pitch down and a little way, forcing fastball in the dirt. 92 miles per hour, and the count now 2-2 here. As this will be the fifth pitch, I believe, of the at bat coming up. I've seen 5 already. This will be the sixth pitch coming up because we do 7 earlier. Nope, this will be the fifth pitch coming up. I overthink myself sometimes. Really? And guess I must have misread something on the pitch to Almora. He'll bounce it, and it will go foul right in front of the plate, but just foul. Is that Matt Nagy who's handing up ears? Looks like it. Wasn't the ballpark he did the 7th inning stretch? Don't think they would let him do that, to be honest. But what do you know? The Bears head coach can probably get away with some stuff that most people can't. Sure. I think that is. I don't know. See the first pitch. I really feel today in the pitch. Ground ball, right side. First baseman got to next play. He'll throw to first base at Bowman, and he got him. 2 outs. A beautiful play by Joe Avado. And now 2 outs. And Sonny Gray, a great job pitching today, but he gave up 2 hits. It was a home run to Bryant and a home run to Addison Russell. He pitched phenomenally. The Cubs only have 3 hits so far today. They just like to make it count. They have been issued a bunch of free passes. As David Hernandez to give up 2 walks. Assuming there's a hit by pitch in here somewhere. Janewis. Ryan. Irvin was hit by Ryan. And now the pitch to Baez. A little outside. And the cutter, and it'll be 1-0 for Javi. Javi just have the look of like, who do you think you're dealing with here? You really think I'm going to swing at that? It's just like, I can't do the expressions. I'm not that great at mimicking, so don't try to get me on that one. And the pitch slider will wind up be 2-0 the count here on Javi. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Tried to bunt his way on last time. He wasn't able to do it. Righty on righty matchup. As the pitch. Line drive, right field, base hit through the hole. Puig will get it in here. And Baez, he's got himself a 2-out base hit. And here comes Chris Bryant. Jason Hayward had a huge double to get some insurance runs, and that's the difference right now in a 4-2 ball game here in a bright sunny day in Chicago. And now the pitch to Bryant. Fly ball, right field, way back, and that's going to be into the corner. No, sorry. That was a replay of that Jason Hayward hit. I was like, Chris Bryant's up. He doesn't win number 22, but what do I know? 1 for 2, solo home run, a walk, and 2 runs here from Bryant today. Has to throw over to first base, and the crowd not happy with that one. Speedy Baez on first, the magician. And there's a fastball a little low. Play seems to have tightened up a little bit today. Double action in the bullpen, Rosario and Kimbrel. He is the closer. As checking the runner, and Bowman, his pitch. Forcing fastball. Strike. Not a call that the fans agree with. But that is the call regardless. The plate does seem to have tightened up though a little bit as the game has progressed. Some umpires they're in a rush to get out. Not this one. He wants the ball. Pitch to Bryant. Low again. Another fastball. And now 2 on the count here on Chris. With 2 outs, Baez at first. He is being held by Votto.
No one has come up with a plan to share with me about how those would work.
2-1 the count. Bowman, he's keeping the ball down the zone. Fly ball right field, but well foul. The count goes to 2-2 here. 93 miles per hour fastball. That was the first pitch up, and Bryant got a good swing on that. Just couldn't get it in play. Protection started for the Padres Cubs. Will be Eric Lauer and John Lester for the Friday matchup between those two teams. Lester's got 3.74 ERA. 99 strikeouts to 23 walks versus Lauer 72-25. 4.04 ERA for Lauer. And now 2-2 the count here. Fifth pitch coming up, and Bowman will step off. And the fans, they don't like it as they're showering, as they shout out their thoughts of Bowman right now. And Bowman, he's going to chuck the runner again. And the pitch down in it. Ball 3-2 the count. Another fastball down, and now they're going to go back to the shift. 2 outs. You've got to imagine that they're going to. That Javi Baez will be running, so Bowman, he's going to be taking a long look here. Lorenzini came into play center field for Senzel, left with a right upper thigh injury. Also, Dietrich, he left the game after he was hit by a pitch. I believe he was after he was hit by a pitch. I know he was one. And the pitch now foul back to the net. And Baez, I believe he went. Just missed an elevated cutter. Anthony Rizzo, he's waiting on deck. Brian and Rizzo were the guys who scored off of that Jason Hayward double. And the 7th pitch coming up here. The Cubs can win this one. They'll be 5-1 since the All-Star break. Bowman, his pitch. Fly ball. He likes that one right center, left center field. That's a base hit. Baez. He's going to try to score. No, but they're going to hold him up at third base. Oh, man, I could tell immediately. Brian, he hit that ball, and he just had a big grin on his face as he's happy with that one. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Cutter there, maybe too-soon fastball. That was good contact there to left center field. Maybe 40 feet in front of that 368 sign. So what's that, 328? And now we're going to have pitching change coming up. A double switch. 4-2 Cubs in the 8th inning. Got another pitching change here. So that's the 5th hit of the ballgame for the Cubs. They got 3 off of Gray. No, they got 2 off of Gray. Both solo shots by Bryant and by Addison Russell. Anthony Rizzo, he will be up for the Cubs after this break, as Bowman, he's done after 24 pitches. Let's see if I can get his stats for you guys. I cannot, so we got another final, I believe. As the Mets, they take it to the Twins in Minnesota. They won 14-4. Mets, they go up to 44-51. Twins fall to 58-36. A lot of games planned for today. Only one I'm going to be watching and broadcasting is this one, though. It's the Cubs-Reds. It's been an interesting one so far. Started out as a pitching stool. The bullpen came in. They really struggled, but it was it's been a lot of fun to watch here. Don't like the amount of commercial breaks. I've got to figure out something to say for them. As there's another StatCast ad. And Still loading. It'll be Anthony Rizzo. On deck will be Victor Caratini, and then the guy who got the big lead here for the Cubs, Jason Hayward. Nope. Yu Darvish, he started for the Cubs. He pitched brilliantly. Only 2 hits allowed, no runs, about 7 strikeouts. I don't think he gave up a walk, and he's looking for his first home win. I don't know if he can still get it. I think he still can because they always had the lead. Winker went out to center and flipped the glove to Lorenzen. And Lorenzen was coming into pitch here. He went out to center field. And Suarez, I believe, is... Oh. We go to bat boy. Winker will play center. Lorenzen will pitch. Lorenzen is pitching 40. He's an 0-2 record. 3.54 ERAs. He didn't get a lot of time to warm up because he's coming right out of center field. 48 in the 3rd innings pitched, 48 hits allowed, 48 strikeouts, and 13 walks. Batting average 254. Lorenzen, 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Here's Rizzo. Bottom of the 8th, Cubs up 4-2. Cubs looking for more insurance and pitch down and away. 84 mile per hour curveball. And so outside. No, 0 for 2 is Rizzo. Walk in the 7th. He scored off of that Hayward double. 19 home runs coming in, 60 RBIs. Kimbrel. There's double action in the Cubs bullpen. It's Kimbrel, and on the left, if I forget his name. And there's pitch slider, 95 miles per hour. And it is a strike. 1-1 the count. Here, Lawrence is coming straight out of center field. Not a lot of time to warm up, so we'll see how that impacts him. Righty on lefty matchup. And the pitch. And ground out left side. Suarez fires across his body. Not in time. Suarez, I'm sorry, not him. Iglesias, that. Baez scores. And it'll be 2-1. That's an infield single. That'll be 1st and 3rd again. Rizzo gets it done. Another hit for the Cubs off of more relievers. That one was opposite field. Suarez tried to pick it up. That was a very tough hop. So Peraza, I'm sorry, he threw across his body. Maybe Machado could have made that throw. Machado probably would have made the pick at 3rd. But that's why he got paid $200 million of the offseason. Here's Cantini now, 3-run lead here for the Cubs. Cantini, 0 for 3 strikeout in the 7th. He's got 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. And Rizzo will get an RBIs. Now they mark it as a single as they should. And the pitching and a miss. And Renner will take off for second. And Rizzo is on a second. So now 2 in scoring position here for the Cubs here. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Lorenzen coming straight out of center field. I think it's pronounced Lorenzen. Michael Lorenzen. And he's going to be credited with a steal. Really, I would have called that defensive indifference. And the pitch. Ground ball, right side, a bit of foul outside the bag at first. And now the count quickly 0-2 on Caratini. No, now it's saying it's not a steal. Thank you, Mr. Broadcaster, for mixing me up. And now 0-2 the count. Caratini's got 2 in scoring position, trying to blow this game wide open for whoever his next pitcher will be. Lorenzen's still looking for a sign. Still looking, and he took too long. Caratini steps out. And now he's back in the box. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Lorenzen comes on, gives up a single that was charged to Bowman. But he gets a strikeout to end the inning. So it'll be Jeanette Winker and Gratterall. And the 9th for the Reds. They're down 3. And someone's coming in from the bullpen. I believe it's Craig Kimbrel. And he is looking for closure. I believe. Again, I'm not 100% sure about that. And welcome, Yankee fan Cushman. How do you do? And a very entertaining game here to watch in Chicago. There was the starting pitchers who dominated. early on. They both went pretty deep into the game, and then because it's the NL, it's a bit of a different game managing. You do have to worry about, hey, I want to get a pinch hitter in here. Sorry, starter, you're gone. And that was kind of the case with both pitchers. I mean, they could have gotten another inning out of Darvish. They probably could have gotten another inning out of Gray, but they decided not to get another inning out of them. And since then, the hits have been piling up. 4 hits from the starters. Now they're 12 hits in the ballgame. There's 4 hits come for both starters. It was 2 hits off of Gray. Both were solo shots. It was Bryant and Addison Russell, and the 2 hits off of Darvish did not have that exit. And now the Cubs are trying to come on and hang on here. Let's take a look at the finals. As we've got another one, Mets beat the Twins 14-4. Pirates, they lost to the Cardinals 6-5. And Braves, they tried to make a comeback on the Brewers, but were unable to do so. Braves, though, they've got a very impressive 15-39 record. Brewers 15-47. Brewers, they won 5-4. So they, in a very tight NL Central, they are staying right with it. I believe 13 hits so far. I'm sorry, not 12. Really? Yeah, now they update it. After I say, and Kerry Kimbrell, one of the newest additions to the Cub, he is coming on to pitch. 6 games, he's got an 0-1 record. 3 for 4 on save opportunities. ERA 7.94. His 7 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's given up an opponent batting average of 261, 214 to righties, something else to lefties. Didn't have enough time to read it to you before it got taken away. And it'll be Scooter Jeanette, then Winker, then Juan Granero. That's Kimbrell. He won a World Series last year, coming to a team that did he? No, that one of the other great relievers in his division, Aroldis Chapman. By the way, for Josh Donaldson, knocked in all those runs. He runs into Brewers Braves game. And Kimbrell, he's going to be looking in for a pitcher, like I was saying, Aroldis Chapman. He was on the Cubs for their World Series run. He's on the Yankees now on the pitch. 97 miles per hour, fly into the stands left field. That's a Wrigley Field souvenir on a day baseball in Chicago. Cubs up there at 5-2, top of the 9th. It's Craig Kimbrell looking for closure. And he's ready. It's a high set and a bit of an offset. with his legs and check swing on a forcing fastball up and in. Looked like a strike on the strike zone, I see. Instead, it is called a ball. On the strike zone, looks like a borderline pitch. So, regardless, it's 1-1 count here. As Jeanette, he's ready. Kimbrell. The pitch. First day, Kimbrell's gone back-to-back days after joining the Cubs, and it's a foul back to the net. Season had 25 pitches last night for Kimbrell. He signed it very late. One and 2 the count here on Jeanette as Kimbrell. He's going to get back on the rubber and looking for a sign. And he likes the first sign he gets. So, 1 and 2 the count. The pitch. Breaking pitch in the dirt. He got him. A knuckle curve at 87 miles per hour. And Kimbrell, he gets a swinging strikeout to start his 9th. Maybe a power curveball. And Jeanette did go too far on the replay as well. Gartini very quick to apply the tag. Even before I think they knew if he had gone around as he got a fish order. If Marin Winker came into the game to play center after Lorenzo came into pitch and pitched inside 96 mile an hour fastball. Winker jumping back. So he came to play center field this season. This is his first at bat today, not this season. He's batting .250 on the season, 13 home runs, 29 RBIs, 331 on base percentage. As Kimbrel, he's set again. And the pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball upstairs. And now the count 1-1 here on Craig Kimbrel. Through 25 pitches yesterday, he's up to 6 so far today. He's got 1 out here, no on. And at the top of the ninth, Cubs up there. They're up 5-2, and Kimbrel's looking for closure. He's 3 for 4 on save opportunities on the year, trying to make it 4 for 5. Help his Cubs go up on another division lead. He's ground up the middle, hits off of Kimbrel. Kimbrel says he's got it. And now he throws to first, and he gets Jesse Winker. Think he got mostly glove. We'll take a look on the replay. And good job that fielding there. That was bounced up the middle. Yeah, look, mostly glove. It went up behind him out. Kimbrel signaled to first base. Hey, don't you dare come and get this. This one is mine. And it was. And now 2 outs in the top of the ninth, and the Reds are down to their last out in Wrigley. Padres come into Chicago on Friday. I believe the Cubs have the day off tomorrow. And the pitch to 1 inside. And high, 1 ground roll. He's 1 for 3, a single in the 5th. Batting 8th today. The Reds have been tough for the Cubs. As the Reds won the first 3 series and pitch up and in on another fastball. The Reds, they won their first 3 series against the Cubs. The Cubs looking to return the favor here. 3-game series here. As Kimbrel looks in and a 2-0 count. Top of the ninth, 2 outs. Cubs up 5-2. Kimbrel to pitch to Graterol. Fastball, well framed by the catcher. It was close, but the frame did get it enough. And now the count 2-1 here. On Graterol. As Kimbrel is looking in again. He's thrown 10 pitches so far here, and then top of the ninth. As he's ready, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, forcing fastball down the heart of the plate. That one could have gone. Instead, it's a swing and a miss, and now the Reds are down to their last strike here. 2-2 the count, 2 outs there. They put 2 runs on the board, but that was not enough. As a great job pitching. They only got 2 hits off of Yu Darvish. If you notice, I like saying 2. 11 pitches so far. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Hey, got him. Kimbrel, he goes 4 for 5 on saves. 5-1 from the All-Star break are the Cubs. And the Cubs, after spectacular pitching by both starting pitchers, Yu Darvish, he pitched a beautiful game, gave up 2 hits, I believe, over 6 innings, 7 innings maybe. He gets his first home win in Chicago. First Wrigley Field win, I should say. Sonny Gray, he pitched well. He gave up only 2 hits. 2 hits, though. A solo shot for Bryant, a solo shot for Russell, and there was some insurance runs added on late. Jason Hayward, he had that big 2-run double, which would eventually be the difference. And it's a 5-2 win here for the Cubs. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Yosef Masinter, and just a quick reminder, listen to my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That's Sports with Yosef. Also, check me out on YouTube at Yosef Masinter and at Sportscaster. That's sportscastr.com at YosefM613. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time.